Welcome to our high school band concert. I'm Julia Clipper, this is Sierra Schwartz and Shane Keeley.
We are so excited to have a live audience back in the ASIJ Theater here to support our fabulous young musicians tonight.
Just so you know the order of what's going on, you'll first hear our jazz band, then there'll be a brief intermission, and then you'll hear a concert band and wind ensemble back to back with a slight change. It's great to see each of you. We're so happy you're able to make it out. We hope you enjoy it.
Composed by the legendary guitarist and composer Pat Metheny, our first piece is a brief but beautiful ballad titled Not to Be Forgotten. Featured on the Grammy Award-winning contemporary jazz album Secret Story, this ballad is filled with unique instrumental colors and textures, and is harmonically and melodically captivating. Pay special attention to the colorful timbres created by the blend of soprano saxophone, clarinet, and flugelhorns.
Our next tune is an imaginative arrangement of the popular Japanese folk song, Sakura Sakura. During class time, we had the privilege of working directly with the arranger of the piece, Jonathan Katz, a local composer, professional musician, and director of the Tokyo Big Band. He unfortunately isn't able to make it to tonight's performance, but he was able to share the following insights about his arrangement. Sakura Sakura is one of the most well-known traditional Japanese folk songs. It depicts the season of cherry blossoms in early spring and is often sung in international settings as a song representative of Japan. Katz wrote this Sakura Sakura arrangement for a Japanese student jazz ensemble that he was able to direct at the Meguro Sakura Festival in April 2018. He spent a lot of time working on how to make the melody swing, and when he finished it, he decided to give it first to the trombones in the medium register so they could be nice and comfortable. The original tune has an irregular 14-bar form, so he wrote the improvisation part in a 12-bar minor blues form so that most anyone who wanted to solo could.
Hello. Did you ever watch the Bugs Bunny or other Warner Brother cartoons when you were a kid? If so, you'll be sure to experience bursts of nostalgia through our next chart. Composed by the great Gordon Goodwin, Hunting Wabbits plays tribute to the great Carl Stalling, who wrote the scores for all those classic Warner Brother cartoons. We hope you enjoyed this quirky work filled with character and features an eclectic blend of classical and jazz styles. Thank you.
Okay, so the next tune is special for really two particular reasons. The first reason is that it's just objectively beautiful and well written. And the second reason is that you might have noticed in your program that it's composed by one of our very own jazz band and wind ensemble students, Sean Konopek. So enough from me, Sean.
Good evening. So this piece was inspired by my cat. Noel means French. I mean, Noel means Christmas in French, forgive me. But it has a different meaning to me. It's the name of my cat. And this song was inspired by my cat waiting for my mother to come home from the supermarket. It also has a bit of Charlie Brown Christmas music inspiration to it, so I guess it's a play on words. But without further ado, we have Ray on trumpet, we got Joe on trombone, and Anya and Kentaro on sax. Yeah, and without further ado, here's Noel Awaits. Hope you enjoy.
our last tune, I think it's really important that we take a few minutes to recognize our dear seniors of the jazz band. These three members of the ensemble are extra and particularly special because all three of them represent at least 7 years of commitment to their craft, to their musicianship at ASIJ. Many of you might remember them coming home with their instruments in grade 6 on the first day. And look how far they've come. So you might remember those first sounds. So Kent Kuramosa, would you mind standing up? Dean. Yep. Dean Dawson. And Max Lebrun back there. Seniors, on behalf of all the musicians here, ASIJ, the whole ASIJ community, we thank you for your many years of commitment, dedication, and influence to all the people around you. We'll really miss you.
The next song will be our last for the evening. Sing, Sing, Sing is one of the most famous tunes associated with the swing era and with jazz clarinetist and king of swing, my man Benny Goodman. Composed by Louis Prima in 1937, it originally featured vocals, as the title suggests. However, the musicians in the band got tired playing their instruments and singing at the same time, so they decided to turn it into an instrumental tune, adding new passages and quotes from other songs such as Chu Berry's Christopher Columbus, to the point where it bore little resemblance to the original. The most recognizable part of the song is Gene Krupa's drumming, which exists as a motif throughout the song. Sing, Sing, Sing bristles with energy and reckless abandon, powered by the drummer, no pressure, and is capable of working crowds into frenzy. Please don't be tempted to dance as we perform Sing, Sing, Sing. Thank you.
from a larger work titled Georgian Suite. You will hear an energetic piece featuring syncopated and mixed meter rhythm, contrasted by a gentler flute. We hope you enjoy our first selection.
Our next piece embodies the excitement and fun of playing the slot game pachinko. The flutes and clarinets play the role of the pachinko ball, whizzing through the game, while the percussion represents the levers, obstacles, and bells and whistles of the game. Let's hear some of their sounds now.
The next piece we will be performing is Pirates of the Caribbean by Klaus Baldet, arranged by Ted Ricketts. You may recognize the tunes from this piece from the famous movie Pirates of the Caribbean. As you listen, please see if you can imagine the dramatic scenes from this movie.
In a continuation of our senior recognition, we would like to congratulate one fabulous senior in our concert band. This student was new to ASIJ this year and has contributed so much to our musical community in such a short amount of time. We're so grateful for his positive spirit and musicianship this year, and we wish him the best in the years to come. Would Yamato Okura please stand?
Marches were originally written for military bands, so soldiers had a steady tempo to march to. You might be familiar with the brisk military marches of John Philip Sousa. A typical march features a main theme with countermelody and a trio section. The trio is a contrasting middle section between two musical statements. Our last piece is the Alamo March by Carl King. Enjoy.
Welcome to the wind ensemble portion of tonight's concert. Written to honor the memory of the American actor James Byron Dean, our first piece, titled As Summer Was Just Beginning, is described best by the composer Larry Dane himself. He writes, James Byron Dean experienced the brightest and briefest movie career ever. In 16 months, he made 3 movies, East of Eden, Rebel Without a Cause, and Giant. Only the first had been released when he was killed in a car accident at age 24. His death on September 30th, 1955, sparked an unparalleled outpouring of sorrow. For 3 years after his death, Warner Brothers received more letters to him than any living actor. I loosely based the main melody, which can be heard at the beginning and at measures 33 and 57, on an old British Isles folk song, "The winter it is past and the summer's here at last." I chose it because Dean's Quaker heritage goes back to England, Ireland, and Scotland, and because this simple, bittersweet song about summer seemed appropriate for remembering James Dean. The lyrics of the first stanza are as follows.
For the winter it is past, and the summer's come at last, and the small birds sing on every green tree. Their little hearts are glad, but mine is ever sad, since my true love is parted from me. In referring to the life of James Dean, artist Andy Warhol quotes, "He is not our hero because he was perfect, but because he perfectly represented the damaged but beautiful soul of our time."
Our next piece is titled Appalachian Spring by composer Aaron Copland. More than any other 20th century composer, Aaron Copland is known for capturing the American character in his music. The Elizabeth Sprague Coolidge Foundation commissioned Copland to compose this ballet in 1943 for Martha Graham, the famed American modern dancer and choreographer. The story of the ballet was originally summarized as a pioneer celebration in spring around a newly built farmhouse in the Pennsylvania hills in the early part of the last century. A bride-to-be and her young farmer husband enact the emotions their new domestic partnership invites, both joyful and apprehensive. An older neighbor suggests now and then the rocky confidence of experience, and a revivalist and his followers remind the new householders of the strange and terrible aspects of human fate. At the end, the couple is left quiet and strong in their new house. In an interview published in 1975, Martha Graham added, "It is essentially the coming of a new life. It has to do with growing things. Spring is the loveliest and saddest time of year." Copland himself acknowledged the following essential message that guided his thinking when he composed this ballet. He said, "I know certain crucial things, that it had to do with the pioneer American spirit, with youth and spring, with optimism and hope."
Thank you.
We have a lot of incredibly talented students in our school, and especially in our wind ensemble. We have students that are multi-instrumentalists, they speak different languages, they do sports, they do ballet, and we have one student who he plays the piano, he is a percussionist, and he composes, and he is an all-around mad genius of musical proportions, and he's done something amazing that not a lot of high schoolers do, not a lot of people do. He's composed a piece of music for us, specifically for us. So please let us welcome this wonderful opportunity, the composer, Sean Kono-Beck.
All right, hi again. So this piece was inspired by a flamboyant bird, the kingfisher, with its vibrant blue plumage. It is a master at diving, and it moves so swiftly, but also gracefully. And it's those big differences in its movement inspired me to capture it in a musical composition. You'll be hearing solos from Sho Takayasu. We got Ananya on sax as well. We got Sage on clarinet and Mari on flute. I'd like to also express my gratitude to Ms. Schwartz for putting the time and effort, and the whole wind ensemble for sticking with my revisions. This is the final revision. This is the final Kingfisher, I promise. So yeah, without further ado, this is Kingfisher. Hope you enjoy.
Okay, it's me again. As I mentioned, we have tons of very, very talented musicians in our school, in our wind ensemble, and there's a very special group that we hold very close to our heart. It is our seniors who have found a way to stick it out in music, a thing that they love, a thing that they do to express themselves, to build community, to have that way to just, let their heart sing. They managed to do it through, a lot of them, all the way from 6th grade up until senior year. They've done it through exams, they've done it through projects, they've done it through deadlines, they did it through a global pandemic, they did it through hybrid learning and senior filming, prom, exams, solo and ensemble festival, and they are here all the way to the end. This is their last week. This is your last week? This is their last week of school, and we love them because the seniors prove that if you love something, you stick it out. If it makes your heart sing, you share it with the world. So we have quite a few seniors. I'm going to name them all, make them stand up, and let's give them a humongous round of applause. It is Hollis Cook, Sage Fair, Mari Ishii, make sure I do it right, Christopher Hathaway, Haben Jung, Spencer Landers, Roshan Sadhu, and Sejin Yu. Please stand up so we can give you a big round of applause. Seniors, we really love you. We will miss you so, 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 so much. I know you'll go off into the world and do wonderful, amazing things, and I hope you hold us in your heart as this little piece of your life where you showed up every day, made music, listened to us say weird things to you about blowing darts into our necks and, making big noises. But we really, really appreciate all you've done for us as a band, as a community, as an audience. So thank you from me, and thank you from everybody else. One more quick round of applause.
Before we conclude our concert this evening, we'd like to express our gratitude to the many people who helped make this concert possible. Our ASIJ administration, Jim Harden, Amy Zuber-Mihan, and Brad Augustine. We'd like to expend a special thank you to our theater manager, Ed Gilmartin, for his many years supporting ASIJ, and we wish him a congratulations on his upcoming retirement. Thank you, Ed. Thank you to Ty Dirksey and ASIJ TV, Friends of the Fine Arts, Timmy Jacobson, Bo Williams, the Communications Department, Jeff Quinto, and Maddie Mull. Thank you also to our parents and families for your continuous support and encouragement of our students. The growth that we see from them is so rewarding for us to witness, and it wouldn't be possible without all your support and everything that you do for them in their pursuit of music. So students, if you would thank your parents with a round of applause. Thank you. Lastly, thank you to all our students, both on stage and off stage, for your hard work and dedication to music. We're so proud of your growth this year and the fantastic performance that you've put on tonight. So thank you to all of you.
Inspired by William Shakespeare's play Romeo and Juliet, West Side Story explores the rivalry between the Jets and the Sharks, two teenage gangs in 1950s New York City. Tony, a former member of the Jets, falls in love with Maria, the sister of Bernardo, the leader of the Sharks. The dark themes, sophisticated music, extended dance scenes, and focus on social problems marked a turning point in musical theater. Leonard Bernstein's score blended various various styles from operatic overtures and musical comedy interludes to jazz rhythms and Latin dance-offs in groundbreaking ways for Broadway. Between the original 1957 Broadway production, the 1961 film adaptation, and the most recent 2021 Spielberg adaptation, the musical has been nominated and won awards at the Golden Globes, the Tonys, the Academy Awards, and the Oscars. The soundtrack album won a Grammy Award and was ranked #1 on the Billboard chart for a record 54 weeks. So please, enjoy a medley of songs from West Side Story featuring I Feel Pretty, Maria, Something Coming, Tonight, One Hand, One Heart, Cool, and America.
Briefly put everything away, and then I believe your children will meet you out in the lobby. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Oh, no. Oh, you showed up behind me.
Sorry, not yet. As some of you may know, some of the teachers who have been a part of this wonderful experience are leaving this year. So we just wanted to thank them. First, I would like to thank Mr. Gilmartin, if you would please come downstage. As many of you may know, this is Mr. Gilmartin. He has been our theater manager for so many years now. And I couldn't thank you enough for how much you have put in, like, your effort as well. I remember you told me back in 4th grade, this is a little personal story. It was my first year, it was the school's first ever ES musical. And I was a part of that, and Mr. Gilmartin had very nice things to say about that. So I still remember what you've told me till this day. And you have touched so many people's lives, and I just want to thank you so much for that.
Secondly, we'd like to thank Mr. Keeley. Could you please come out?
Yeah, it's been a short 3 years, Mr. Keeley. A lot of us here have been you've really served us as a music community at ASIJ, starting with that 9th grade band, concert band for us juniors. I think that group was really special. Mr. Quinto would agree, Mr. Miller from back then would agree. I think you've really helped to foster a very fun environment in the music department, which not only is helping to develop us as musicians, but also we're enjoying the music in and of itself. So thank you so much, and best of luck in Amsterdam.
The Hague.
One of the most memorable moments I've had with you is when I wrote an essay about you, and then I sent it to you, and then it got really awkward for like a week. Yeah.
It's 5 days.
But yeah, I like to thank you for all the things you've done for the music community at ASIJ. I'm gonna continue music in college, so best of luck in Amsterdam. Yeah, Amsterdam. Yeah.
It's close
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.